TopMedTalk.
Well, hello, I'm Desiree Chappell, and this is TopMedTalk. We are in Orlando, Florida for Anesthesiology 2019, the annual meeting of the American Society of Anesthesiologists. With over 14,000 delegates, this is the largest gathering of anesthesiologists and anesthesia providers in the world. Now, this morning, we're going to do a little bit of a morning roundup, and I'm joined by my co-host, Professor of Anesthesia at Duke University, Saul Aronson. How are you, Saul?
Good morning, Desiree. What a pleasure to be here.
It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you for joining us and sitting down with us.
And for those who cannot see, Desiree's wearing Mickey Mouse ears.
So we are live streaming to the world on Twitter. So hello, all of our Twitter fans out there who everyone's watching today. I'm also joined by Editor-in-Chief and my co-host, my partner in crime, Monty Mythen. Hello, Monty.
Desiree, great to be here. Now, I don't want to start a fight with Sol straight away, but look closer, Sol. Those are not Mickey ears.
Minnie?
The
mini ears.
My bad.
Okay, so they made me wear these. I'm just saying right now.
There are laws against that in Europe.
Maybe. Hopefully there's a bet or something that I'm going to win by not doing this. Monty, we just want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
On
Kerry Man of the Year.
Kerry Man of the Year.
Kerry Association, parentheses, London. Kerry Person, not Man, of the Year. Careful with the man
We
stuff.
have to be politically correct. But nevertheless,
Very, very proud to be named as the Kerry Person of the Year.
Congratulations. All kidding aside, what a wonderful honor.
So Kerry County in Ireland, also known as the Kingdom, which is we're very, very proud. We ran our first evidence-based perioperative medicine meeting there. We've just run the 21st sequential one, and I think that was in part, apart from other activities in the west of Ireland, and promoting it as a global ambassador for Ireland, Kerry, with a bias towards the Dingle Peninsula, one of the most beautiful places in the world. Thank you very much indeed to the association.
Yeah, and I can verify, and so can you, Saul. Dingle is one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Beautiful and F-U-N.
Yes.
Fun. It is fun. So, Monty, I want to say, just as not to dwell on it too long, because we have lots to talk about today, but I have to say when I was there, I was so impressed and just moved by the number of people that have been touched by your family and the Mythens, you and Siobhan. Everyone that I met said they knew you guys, they knew the Fitzgeralds, all of your family, and what you really have truly done for that area is very special and very unique. And
I've got a great family there. I'm lucky to be part of it.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. So cheers to that. So yesterday you were not here with us, so Saul and I took the helm, and we did it. We
managed to fly this plane without you, but it's good to have you in the cockpit.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're back. So this is our third year here, Monty, right?
Yeah. Boston. Great outing at Boston. Last year, where were we last year? San Francisco. Man, let's move this meeting around all over the place, and now we're in Mickeyville.
We are in Orlando, Florida. That's right, for that. So third year here, we are in booth 730 in the trade exhibition, 730. So stop by and see us. Now, our sponsors for this year, Monty, we want to thank them.
Edwards Life Sciences, very, very generous sponsors of TopMedTalk. That allows us to be, it's unrestricted, it allows us to provide free open access medical education to the world. So there's people listening around the world, over 120 countries. Edwards and our other generous sponsors, but they're our main sponsor for being here today. We couldn't do it without them. That's
what I was just going to say. We could not get to all the places that we are without these guys. So thank you very much to them. They are in booth 727, which is just adjacent, just across from us. We're sitting here looking at their beautiful exhibit here in the trade exhibition. So stop by, say hello to both us at 7:30 and Edwards at 7:27. Now, we also want to thank the American Society of Anesthesiologists. They have been really welcoming to TopMedTalk, and we are thankful for their engagement with us, and really they have a desire to share knowledge with the world as well. So they've been very supportive.
They've been wonderful partners, and we look forward to working with them for the remainder of this conference and on into the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, did you know that we are live on Twitter, like I said before, so we're saying hi to everybody there. We also are audio live streaming on TopMedTalk.com. So everyone that's just listening in, thank you so much for joining us. So those are ways that you can listen and watch TopMedTalk. We also are going to be using Slido, and if you've listened to TopMedTalk at all, we use this platform a lot. It's an online Q&A platform, slido.com, SLIDO.com, and you enter the code ANES19. ANES19. And when you go on Slido and enter that in, you can ask questions via that platform no matter where you are. So if you're in Australia or wherever you are around the globe, throw in a question, say where you're from. As we go throughout the day, we have topics listed on our website as well as on our Twitter site and all of our social media feeds for the schedule so you can see the topics of interest. So ask us a question or just say hi, and we'll be looking at that today as well. And then one last point for our listeners and for everyone that's going to be joining us over the weekend is be sure to subscribe to TopMedTalk, our newsletter. Monty, we're offering something this year new for our subscribers.
From the point of view of the box sets that we put together, so something we've been working on because people are telling us that our amount of content is wonderful, but it's sort of overwhelming now.
Yeah.
So therefore we've put together the equivalent sort of albums of songs. We put together box sets of podcasts, and the first 2 are out. We put out the first series of the perioperative coach, little vignettes about different elements of the perioperative pathway by global experts. And the second one we put out was our top editors' picks. So I think that list was...
it was fun to go through and kind of look at all the things that we've done. Most of them are from 2019, some of them from 2018, but... Of course, we had Bill Clinton was on TopMedTalk. President Clinton was on TopMedTalk. Did you know that? So we've had one of the.
I remember
talking about hand washing.
He was talking about hand washing,
amongst the other wonderful things. And the fact his mother's a CRNA, his mother's an anesthesia provider.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. But we had some great conversations on TopMedTalk. So this is a nice curated list of those that will be delivered straight to your email whenever you sign up for TopMedTalk. So please subscribe.
Right. It is important for us to have subscribers. It helps us understand who our audience is and help guide our efforts going forward. So we are hoping that you will appreciate those organized, if you will, packages, and we encourage you all to subscribe.
So when we went to the ASA 3 years ago, we were excited about having a first 1,000 download month.
Yeah.
We've just had our first...
Have we done better than that?
We've just gone over our first 20,000 download week, which is fantastic. We've had a nearly 10,000 download day, which is brilliant. And we look at the global reach, it's fantastic. Lots of support from Australia. It's still dominated by the USA and Europe, but Australia right through the world. I think the only gap we still have is the francophonic major chunk of Africa, but we've got plans to do something about that.
We do, hopefully we'll see more of that.
And North Dakota.
North Dakota's in there.
Yeah, okay. It was South Dakota was the one.
Oh, was it?
Okay. We got that though. We have a listener in every state in the USA every day of the week.
Yeah.
South Dakota was giving us something to talk about at one stage. I don't know who those people are, but thank you very much.
Thank you out there.
South Dakota.
Yes.
And Canada's really stepping up.
Yeah.
In here, I just saw that we were gaining more listeners in Canada, so thank you to all up there. So actually, I think that we might hit 400,000 downloads at this meeting.
Drum roll, please.
So big deal.
We've got some interviews coming up later today.
We do.
Who have we got coming on?
We do. So later today we have one of our faves, Carol Peden from the University of Southern California. Yep. I love talking to Carol about everything that she is into. But specifically, some of the things that they've done there within her facility for enhanced recovery. And I think a lot of it was driven by her work with EPOC, and we've talked about that on TopMedTalk quite a bit. But she's bringing over one of the enhanced recovery coordinating nurses, and they're going to sit down and talk to us about implementation and what they did there in their experience.
And what time is that going to be?
That's going to happen at 11 o'clock today.
Is enhanced recovery still hot there? I mean, isn't that old news now?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk to Carol about all that. Let me tell you. We're going to get down in it.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And then coming up at noon, we have Andy Shaw and Saul. We're actually going to talk to all of us. Are going to talk together about perioperative hypotension and dive into the POCI papers that came out this past year.
That's the Perioperative Quality Initiative.
Yes,
POQI.
And we want to give a shout out to the Perioperative Quality Initiative. They've been huge supporters of TopMedTalk, and I want to thank them.
They're sponsors as well.
They are sponsors.
Very generously sponsors.
Yep. So we'll be talking about the papers. And I think Andy has some new news to share with us. So
I think we're going to tell you we just had a a shared POQI, POQI, Perioperative Quality Initiative, and ADQI, which is what it's modelled on, which is the Acute As Was Dialysis Quality Initiative, now Acute Disease Quality Initiative. Those are the group that have met over the decades and came up with things like the rifle criteria. We just had a combined meeting in Cambridge, a global group of alleged experts talking about post-operative acute kidney injury. So I think we can let a few little hints out from
Nuggets.
that. I whispered of salt. It's avoid hypoxia and hypotension is the big...
I've heard that. Yeah.
Show me you're surprised.
Right.
So, no, I think that's great. And so we'll have some deep dive conversation with Andy at noon today. And then at 1 o'clock, we're going to be talking to Michael Scott from Virginia Commonwealth. And Mike's been on the podcast before. And we are going to be talking about goal-directed hemodynamic therapy.
I'll let you into a secret about Mike.
He's originally from the UK.
He is an expert on the wines of Burgundy.
Really?
He is so expert on the wines of Burgundy that the people in Burgundy have a nickname for him.
No.
Ask him about that later.
Are you serious?
He can do a wine tasting and he can tell you from which field and which part of the field that wine came from with almost complete accuracy. So he has. Ask him later what his pet name from the Burgundians is for.
You know what? That does not surprise me at all, actually. When you meet Mike, that's really cool.
We all have our little secrets.
I was just going to say, if you just peel back the layers, we all
that's very cool. Well, great. Well, we have more than just goal-directed hemodynamic management to talk to Mike about. Our love for Burgundy wines. So that's going to happen. And then at 2:15, we are going to be talking to Neil Fleming and talking about adoption of AI and how we actually get that to work. And one of my favorite things that he talks about is the grieving process of change adoption, which I can't wait to hear more about that because we all know that change is
difficult. He was on with Z-Dog. Does that name
Oh, my God, that's right. Yes, Z-Dog. He's the famous, what would you call him?
You would know Z-Dog.
I'm dying to learn.
You don't know Z-Dog?
Please share.
He is a physician that has taken to social media in the digital age and is working like crazy. And he will rework songs that are all related, like rap songs or whatever songs, and do videos online. And he makes them all about medicine focused. And healthcare focus. It is hilarious. We're going to play a video.
YouTube. It's a global. If
you're out there, we want you
done
on
here.
TopMedTalk.
I'm going to explore.
You need a new nickname like that, Sol.
Z-Dog is taken apparently.
Sol a man.
Q-hound.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
That's
right. Z-Dog, if you're listening, we want you on TopMedTalk.
My Peloton call name is Sol the Man. So,
well, there you go. That's it.
Hang on a second. Your Peloton call name. What are you talking about?
When I have to, engage in the Peloton, that's my call sign.
That's the bicycle thing.
The cycling online thing.
Okay. Yeah. Now I can have everybody follow me and see how bad I am.
Sol the Man.
Sol the Man.
_the man.
I think Z-Dog still got the.
I like Z-Dog better. Yeah. I like Z-Dog better.
Okay, once again, I'll say this one. Z-Dog, if you're out there, I love Sol the Man and Monty the Mythen. I don't know.
Well, Neil can tell us all about it.
Neil's going to tell us about it.
Neil,
we need to do something on TopMedTalk with him. So Neil Fleming, we're going to be talking to him, and he's from UC Davis. So big lineup today. We are working on a couple more big names for later this afternoon, but hold out for those. We'll make maybe some announcements later. And so that's what our day looks like. It's going to be easy peasy.
Sol, I wasn't here yesterday.
Sol the Man, please.
Sol the Man. Sol the Man. I want to be called Maverick for the rest of the meeting.
Maverick.
The TopMedTalk.
Talk to me, Goose.
Any hot news from yesterday? Any groundbreaking stuff? Yeah. Any wow moments?
So there was one truly special moment. I wouldn't characterize it as groundbreaking, but I gotta share this. I was moderating an abstract session, and one of the presenters, a PGY4. And I don't want to mention her name because she might be embarrassed because I'm going to tell a story about her in a second. Presented a lovely, abstract on opioid reduction in their program for ERAS at Beaumont Hospital, so you all know who I'm probably talking about. And in the Q&A session, there were a few questions, and then I asked, as a moderator would, if there were any more questions, and somebody stepped up and got on his knee and asked her to marry her.
Really?
Isn't that awesome.
Someone
cool.
she knew?
Yeah. yes.
I thought, because that's a bold move.
Yeah, and she said yes.
Can we try that? Is that on for the... Wow.
So Megan, if you're out there, congratulations.
No, you've really narrowed the field.
That's right.
Megan, congratulations.
Why don't you do anything like that for me?
Isn't that wonderful?
I think you're taken. I think we're all taken.
It doesn't have to be that. I'm just saying. It's really super sweet.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Do you want us to kneel and say, can we go get you coffee or something like that?
Right.
Actually, I think I would take that right now.
Anything? So I should plug, I'm doing a session with the Association of Cardiac Anesthesiologists in the Hilton later on today. Mm-hmm. Doug Shook is the president. Mark Stafford Smith is the vice president. Colleen Koch is the secretary-treasurer. So I'm over there to that session. But it's about artificial intelligence. So I've been learning more about...
So you've been reading up on that.
I know quite a lot about...
You had an article in the Wall Street Journal, for the love of God.
Yeah, I know, but that's not difficult, is it? But in the office next door to me is, who you will have met, is Hugh Montgomery, he's part of the DeepMind team. So I have coffee with Hugh and he educates me, which is fantastic. But I was reminding myself about when Deep Blue beat the world chess champion. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. What's Deep Blue? For all those millennials out there.
So train a computer to play chess. Equip it with artificial intelligence so it can respond to the moves. And it beat the human world chess champion. That was a big revelation. Do you know when that was? Any stab at it?
A decade ago.
1997.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a while ago.
And now they've released relatively recently Alpha Zero. And so I read that paper properly.
Desiree, we just found Monty's call sign.
Alpha Zero.
Alpha Zero.
This is really scary. If you read up about Alpha Zero, look up Alpha Zero. Okay. You probably know about
You'll
this.
see Monty Mythen's picture.
That's right.
As far as I can tell, it's a scientific publication by the DeepMind team and some colleagues, that you now plug it in, and you haven't taught it how to play chess. You just say, this is a clever computer. You plug it in, and within 24 hours, not only has it learned to play chess, but it's developed superhuman qualities such that it can beat any human and computer pre-trained to play chess. And it does it from you just plug it in and let it learn. That's scary.
Oh, my God. That's what's coming. That's what's here.
Imagine having residents like that.
Well, yeah, right.
Oh, my God.
Actually, we do have residents
There we
like
go.
that.
Right answer.
That is the right answer. Oh, my God. That's hilarious. Well, so this should be an interesting session then.
I'm excited.
Yeah, well, we're going to hear more about that.
Because you can see there are a number of AI products available.
Yeah.
There's not a ton. There's a few breaking through. There's lots of abstracts about AI, but there are a few technologies around now. And Edwards, our generous sponsor, has one of them, which is we'll talk more about it later, which is the hypotension prediction thing, which is very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it is very cool. Well, good. That's something to look forward to. I mean, I've heard nothing but great things about the sessions. A lot on perioperative medicine, it seems like, at the conference this year.
Perioperative medicine has really taken a front row seat thematically and just general buzz in the corridors and hallways. So we're obviously excited about that. I think the whole global concept of enhancing value and that intersecting with perioperative medicine just makes great sense.
Yeah. No, I think so. Lots of great panels, lots of great lectures. Any particular lecture that you're thinking about this weekend?
That's not fair. He's got to make something. He's got to make something.
Mine. Yeah. Jerome Adams, the Rovenstein. Does that count?
It does.
Yeah.
Looking forward.
Do you know he's from Indiana, or he was the Secretary of Health of Indiana? You know, I'm from Indiana.
I was going to say that seems like a lead into some kind of Hoosier
I'm from
bias.
Indiana.
You're not careful, I'll sing.
Yeah.
No. Oh.
Because Gary's in. We've done this before.
Oh, God, that's right. Every time I say Indiana, he breaks into the Music Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway.
I'm not going to do that.
All right, well, I'll get back to you on what you're looking forward to.
Alpha Zero.
Alpha Zero, that's right. So lots of great conversations to come up. I know. Lots of great conversations coming up today and tomorrow, and we will be live for all of those. So please be sure to join us. If you subscribe to TopMedTalk this weekend, we are giving away this beautiful bespoke Marshall Bluetooth speaker, which we did it last year, and it was a huge success. And I ended up having to get my own because I fell in love with it. So, and I love it. So if you sign up, subscribe to our newsletter, you enter in a chance to win this beautiful speaker. So
and where did Jim Marshall open his first shop?
Oh my gosh. Ealing
in London.
Yeah. I haven't been there yet one of these days.
You haven't been to the shop. You've been to Ealing.
Well, I have been to Ealing, yes, which is super cool. But anyway, all right. We're getting off track here. Thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you to all of our listeners that listen every day, every week, every month, whenever you do, picking up TopMedTalk. We appreciate it. You guys have been wonderful, and we just want to say how much we appreciate you. We appreciate our sponsors, everyone that's helping to bring free open access medical education to the world. We cannot do it without you, so thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of Anesthesiology 2019, and we'll be back. Thanks for listening.
TopMedTalk.
Just a quick reminder, subscribe to TopMedTalk. We're a daily source of news and conversation focused on perioperative care. We bring you all the latest talk from all the major conferences in the perioperative space. We can also be found on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and we now have a free mailing list with special offers and additional goodies for subscribers. Go check us out at topmedtalk.com. That's www.topmedtalk.com.